Happy Easter. We've had a fantastic day as a family. Happy Easter from my family to yours. We had 2 services this morning, and I tell you what, there's been a few times in my life where I have worshiped in that type of environment before, and today was special. Today was incredibly special. We ended each service with a song of praise and worship, and I about became unglued, just praising God and singing with some of my best friends, Kevin Watson, Tim Kraft, Boyd, Wesley Wood, a couple of the others behind me. It's incredible. Just incredible. I hope you guys had a good Easter. I was thinking about this Easter weekend and thinking about how the disciples didn't know that Jesus was going to rise from the dead. They weren't anticipating his death or his resurrection. And I thought about us. Christ is coming again. He's coming down from the clouds to receive us up in the sky, and we're going to spend eternity with him. And I wonder sometimes if, like the disciples, when Jesus died on Friday, on Saturday, they were just kind of lost. They lost their purpose, they lost their direction, they lost their mission, they lost their leader. They isolated. They went back to living life in dejection and sorrow. They just lost any reason to live. They didn't know Christ was going to rise from the dead. And I got thinking about us as Christians today. Are we living like the disciples lived after Christ died, not knowing that he was going to rise from the dead? We know that Christ is coming, but do we live as if Christ is coming? Do we live anticipating this incredible display of power that Christ is coming back? Or have we lost our sense of direction? Have we lost our purpose? Have we lost the urgency in life? I know for me, sometimes I don't live as if Christ is coming back. Well, let me put it a different way. I don't live as if Christ is coming back imminently. He could come back right now. How incredible would that be? Just incredible. I don't live all the time as if Christ is coming back at any moment. And I look back at the disciples, and I almost blame them sometimes for not knowing that Christ was going to rise from the dead. I wonder if this resonates with you at all. I'm curious if you ever felt this way like I feel. Like we know Christ is coming back. That's a biblical fact. That's biblical knowledge. I know that. I've been taught that. I could teach that from the New Testament, from 1 Thessalonians. He's coming back in the clouds. The trumpet's going to sound in the blink of an eye. We're all going to be raptured together. Do I live like that? Do I live like that could happen anytime? Going back to what I was saying before, I blame the disciples sometimes for not knowing that Christ was going to rise from the dead. For just being completely lost and being surprised that the tomb was empty on Sunday morning. And yet, I almost see myself like being surprised that Christ is coming back. I mean, obviously I'm going to be surprised when he comes back because I don't know when it's going to be, but oh yeah, I forgot he's coming back. I want to live with a sense of urgency. I want to live with a sense of anticipation that Christ is coming back anytime. The disciples lost their anticipation on the Saturday before Christ rose. And they were surprised, like they weren't expecting it. Oh my, the tomb is empty. I'm going to be surprised when Christ comes back because I don't know when it's going to be. But I don't want to be caught off guard. There's a difference there. There's a distinction. And this is a distinction that's really important for me as I seek to be faithful with what God has given me. I'll be surprised when he comes back, but I don't want to be caught off guard. I want to be caught on guard. I don't know if that's a phrase or not. Maybe. I just made it up. I am living in anticipation of Christ coming. Today we celebrated Christ's resurrection from the dead. And what a reminder it is that he is coming back again to receive us in the clouds, to forever be with him, to praise and worship. I posted earlier on Facebook and I said, if I get to worship like this on earth, I cannot imagine what it's going to be like in heaven. I just get even chills just thinking about it right here, right now. I want to be ready when Christ comes. I don't want to be surprised. I don't want to be caught off guard. I want to be ready. I want to live ready for him to come. And when that trumpet sounds, I don't want to say, oh, shoot, I want to get my life in order. There were things I wanted to do. No, when the trumpet sounds, I want to be the first one to say, I'm ready. Let's go. As if I'm going to have time to actually think about that. So here's my distinction for today. Yes, I'm going to be surprised when Christ comes because I don't know when it's going to be, but I'm not going to be caught off guard. In order to live faithfully, I must be ready. In order to live life in such a way that I hear Christ say, well done, thou good and faithful servant, I can't be caught off guard. I won't. It's not that I can't. I won't be caught off guard. I will be caught on guard. Happy Easter.